Good morning. Good motivational Monday morning on this beautiful February morning. It's wild how quickly this year is going already. Man, only one more Monday left in 2023 and it's a new moon today. So I hope that this message finds you well rested, ready to take on this day and this week and these moments, these amazing moments that matter. Energies are intense today. I don't know if you can feel it, but I certainly can. I'm sending you lots of calm, lots of grounding. Super important to get grounded today, meaning get present, go outside, just breathe the air in. Focus on breath today. Super important to help keep you grounded, to keep you within your body. And this motivational Monday is one that it calls for this exercise for you to really get present. It's a very thoughtful motivational Monday, and one that we're asked to practice and to really think about. And this is not just a practice for this week or this day. This is truly a practice for life. So I have a question for you. What if the person that you, or the people, or the things that you disagree with are right? What if they're actually right? Have you ever really paused to just stop for a moment in an argument or a disagreement or something that's confusing, and to look at the other person's side and to truly see that, or see what's happening, to try to understand the thought processes of the other individual thing that's happening, thing that you disagree with? And then have you ever come to the conclusion, what if they're right? See, we're in this world, this 3D world, that we're constantly told that we have to compete and that we have to be right, and that our thoughts are the correct way, and that if we're not the correct way, then that person is, then we're less than, and that person is greater than. But truly, like, at the end of the day, like, isn't it about doing what's right instead of being right? If we all just walked into situations and we just did what's right instead of trying to prove ourselves as right, can you imagine what the vibrations in this world would be? The acceptance that we would have for everybody? Because we're not going into a situation trying to be better than or convince. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have conversations and we shouldn't learn. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of this Motivational Monday, is so that we can have conversations with other individuals that have different thought processes or belief systems, to listen with the possibility that they might be right. And what if they are? Doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means they might be right too. Let me give you an example. This is a true example. I was at the beach a few months ago, and I was doing what's called the Tibetan rites, these 5 yogic practices that help align and get me closer to God, life force, energy, universe, source, whatever it is that you connect with. These yogic practices help me, these Tibetan rites help me do that. They help my yoga practice. So I'm doing this on the beach, and then after I was done these Tibetan rites, I went into meditation. Not sure how long I was in, but a short while later, a young woman came over to me, and she was asking me what I was doing. So I explained to her that I was doing these Tibetan rites, and she asked me what they were for, and I said, to get closer to God, universe, life force, energy. It's my way to connect. And so she then started to ask me questions about my religious beliefs and if I believed in certain things. And I said, yes, of course I do. I believe in everything. I believe that any way to get you to God, life force, energy, to love, truly the highest vibration there is, I believe that there's possibilities in all things. I don't believe that there's one pigeonholed way. And she started to get very amplified and was really trying to get me to understand that her way was the way and the only way. And if I didn't believe in that way, I was going to miss the boat. And I simply said to her, well, what if your way isn't known by somebody across the world. They didn't have the opportunity to hear. What if it's a 2-year-old child that didn't get to hear this preaching or this gospel that you may have? Are you meaning to tell me that God, life force energy, this thing that you believe is all love, would not accept that child? Because she didn't have that exact belief system that you had, yet she did what was right her whole little life? Or these Tibetan monks that live to 120 in the mountains of Tibet that are doing these things that are closer to God. Do you mean because they don't believe in your belief system that universe, life force energy isn't going to welcome them, or they're not allowed, they're not worthy of love in that way? And she walked away very frustrated with me. And I walked away hoping that I opened her energy to different possibilities. See, we walk around all the time. We're told that we have to be right. We have to be better than. And truly what we need to do is go within and just do what's right and be what's right. And that's enough. And spread that light and love to others and be in that vibration and that frequency. So this week we're asked to pause. And if you're in an argument, if you're in a disagreement, if there's different philosophies that are out there, just pause for a moment and just ask yourself, well, what if they're right? And allow them to be in that right. Because at the end of the day, you don't control others. You can't help others make different choices. All we have is the choices that we make within ourselves. That's the most important thing that we're supposed to do. The most. Whatever the belief system is, at the end of the day, do what's right. Just do what's right. And spread love. That's what matters. I send this message to you with nothing but light and love, with understanding. I hope this message resonates. I hope it makes sense. And I hope that you get in that practice this week. When you get in that argument, when you think you got to be right, pause. Just do what's right. Do what's right. Until next week.